I sit in my small apartment with white walls, with a piano and piles of books in it. In my big windows I could see sunrises, if there was one, since I moved in, for it's always gloomy and snowy and windy. When the wind blows, everything seems to move and creak and groan. I think I know now what Dorothy from the novel of Wonderful Wizard of Oz felt like. Then I can't fall asleep and go to my piano, to be fair, it isn't a long walk, and play. I'm not a good musician, but it calms me down and tells me bedtime stories. For some reason, they're always sad. I've never played anything cheerful since I first started playing. Sometimes I write poetry. My stories are always so far from my reality, but somehow they also are absolutely about me. It's easier to cover my real self up with made-up words and made-up characters. To write someone else's words that I wish would be used to describe me. To make up somebody who's meant for me, to put into words somebody I'm in love with, but this love is made up either. A year ago, I saw this question asking, what is the reason you get out of bed every day? And I remember I got confused for a long time and then answered, the hope that someday I will create something, and still every day I'm not even trying. A year passed, and now I'm trying, every day. I don't see a big purpose, the end of the road, and it was always hard for me to admit that there isn't a final destination. There isn't a point you have to achieve in order to finally start living the life you want. It's an endless road, until it ends. And I'm trying to learn how to find beauty in it. I have a comforting fantasy, a story that I remember and replay in my head every time I go to sleep or when I need to feel good and to see the reflection of my dreams. This story expands itself, gets new details. I imagine me living in San Sebastian in Spain. I never even was there, but somehow I'm absolutely sure it will be the perfect place for me. I wake up before sunrise. I set up my camera to make a time lapse after. I grab a blanket from my bed, make myself a cup of hot tea, and go on my big balcony. I wrap myself in this blanket, sitting in a chair. The air is cold and crispy, as it always is in the beginning of the warm day, and watch the sun rising. I see the birds chaotically flying and singing. I see the sea reflecting undescribable colors. I see hills covered with green trees, more green than you could ever imagine. Later that day, I take my bicycle and go somewhere to film. I shoot visual poems for the places I love. And people, nature, cities, everything born and created lives in peace in them. Someday this fantasy will come true. Maybe at that time this story won't be my dream anymore. But it's okay too. More important is that it keeps me going now.